Happy Friday, everybody. It's still how you want to call it. It's still raining, but like it's a little drizzle. Yeah, it's a little drizzle. One more day for the break week for me, which is tomorrow, Saturday. I pray and hope Saturday come and go so I can relax and start this whole routine over on Monday. If you don't know, or if you do know, I like to come on here and give words of advice. I only speak on things that I have experienced in my life and trials and tribulations, and I try to share. I don't give a timeline. It's just something that happened within my life. I never give a timeline. But I like to give advice to people that needs it. Someone in this world needs it. Now, self-love. To me, self-love is very needed. It helps you feel confidence about how you feel with yourself. It makes you feel comfortable in the skin that you are. It helps you to be comfortable with the flaws and the faults that you find within yourself. The faults that you find within yourself. The faults that someone else finds within you, but the faults and flaws that you find within yourself. Self-love. Now, I'm going to tell you a little story about what I been through as far as self-love and almost losing myself because I allowed somebody to come into my life and change who I am to please their desire. And I was very close to losing myself. Now, for everybody that knows me, the story that I am about to tell, y'all all know who this person is. Now, I was messing with this person for over 10 years. 10 years. And over them 10 years, I started to see a change in myself. Every single day, as years went on, the change got more dramatic and more worse. I wasn't the bubbly spirit Keisha that I normally was. I mean, it gotten so bad man, that I questioned myself on whether was I beautiful enough. And as I said, I was this close from losing who I was, losing myself. And I was very uncomfortable with my body. I was very uncomfortable with my flaws and my faults. I would find anything in my power to point something out, but it wasn't really me. It was the person that was pointing out the flaws that they didn't like about me. And so I took that, I tried to change that. And in all actuality, the change wound up being for the worse because I was becoming a person that I wasn't. I was changing who I was. I was changing my whole personality, and that's not who I am. And I had people in my corner. Y'all all know who y'all are. And many times that I've done cried on your shoulder, then broke down. And times like that, I always remember because these people, they're still in my life. They're still in my life. I might not contact them every single day, but the love is there. I know at any drop of a dime, if anything goes south, they there on the spot and vice versa. So the friendship that I have with these people is for life. We don't have to talk every day, but I know that the friendship will always be there forever. It's more like a sister bondhood. I'm talking about for the ladies that helped me through my transition. It's like a sisterhood that will never be broken no matter what. And for the men that gave me the advice that I needed to help me find me, God bless y'all too. Y'all are like a brotherhood to me. Now, fast forward years later, doing with all that advice and all that helping me and me finding myself, it took more than 10 years. You hear me? It took me more than 10 years to find myself back. That's how deep I went away from who I really was. Because I allowed somebody to come into my life and cause me to make a change to please their desire. And that change wasn't for me. Now, as I said, fast forward 10 years later, I then found myself back. And I came back even harder. Now, do I still look at myself and say, hey, I got flaws? Yeah, I'm only human, but is it as bad as it used to be? No. Now it is what it is. If I change it, I change it. If I don't, I don't. Well, it really don't bother me that much. So that was my personal experience, that I allowed someone to come into my life and change who I am. And so I'm telling you, if you can prevent that from happening to you, by all means you do. You get them people in your life to keep on beating it into your head, beating it into your heart, because the more they beat it into you, the more that they beat it into you, eventually you're going to see it. It's going to take time. As I said, it took me 10 years. It took me 10 years to find who I was back. But now, as I said, as I find myself back, I came back 10 times stronger, baby. Now, I don't need nobody to tell me that I'm looking nice or maybe I'm beautiful or this, that, and the third. And it's not being conceited. Now, I fully understand my worth. I fully am comfortable within my skin. I'm going to show you how comfortable that I became in my skin. I never used to wear shorts, bathing suits, no nothing, baby. I went to Jamaica and wore a two-piece. You hear me? A two-piece, and I wore it with confidence, despite all the chicks that was kiki, ha-ha, this, that, and the third. At the end of the day, I realized why they was kiki, ha-ha. Listen, I may have stretch marks, I may have love handles and all that, but I wasn't out there made up surgery, BBL. I'm not judging. So please don't take that the wrong way. But now I understand why they was out there kiki, ha ha. Baby, I'm all natural. You see me as I am, and rolls and all. But I was out there in my two-piece, and it felt so good. It felt good. I wasn't trying to hide anything or cover up, because I became comfortable with my skin. And I took off that mask that I was wearing for so long in life. And once you take off that mask, ladies and gentlemen, I promise you, it's going to be a sign of relief, because now you took off that mask, you stop portraying an image that you know that was important. So my point in giving you my personal experience, my story on self-love is because I don't want you to have to go through what I went through. And I don't want you to have to take as long as I took to find who I was again. And so if I can help somebody prevent them from losing themselves, by all means, I'm going to do the best of my ability to help you not lose yourself. Because baby, once you lose yourself, it is hard to get yourself back. So my advice to you is get yourself a support system. Get people in your corner that's there for you, that is going to uplift you, help you feel comfortable, help you, guide you to where you need to be. And once you get that in your life, it's going to start changing slowly. And then long before you know it, you're going to find yourself back if you lost yourself. But ladies and gentlemen, please, I'm telling you, do not change yourself. Do not downgrade yourself to please someone else's desire, especially if you cannot sleep at night with the change. So ladies and gentlemen, I really hope that this helped somebody. I gave you my personal experience about self-change, about almost losing myself, and how long it took me to get back, and how I got back. I really didn't go into full detail on how I gained myself back, but I gave you the bulk of it. It was so much more that I did, but just the bulk of what helped me change and find who I was again and made myself a little bit better. That is what I wanted you to hear. It takes a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of work. I'm telling you. It's going to be, some days are going to be harder than others. Some days it's going to be better than others. Some days you're going to get through the day like it's nothing. Other days you're going to fall short. But when you fall short, get back up and try again. Keep on trying. Because to have self-love and to be comfortable within your skin, ladies and gentlemen, and right now, I think the ladies would take more to this. Ladies, it is all worth it. Having the people in your corner to help you be comfortable in your skin. And take off that mask, ladies and gentlemen. Take it off. You don't need it. You don't need it. Take off that mask and get to see you. Look into your soul and see what you want to change for yourself. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, I really hope that this really helps somebody a little bit. Don't allow this to be you, but if it does become you, please make sure that you have that support system within your corner, within your life, because you're going to need it to help you overcome all these obstacles and to help you refine yourself. I talk so much. I'm so sorry for this, but happy Friday once again. Please be wise, please be aware, and please be safe out there, ladies and gentlemen. Until then, God bless, and please remember, do not change yourself to please someone else's desire.